Mrs. God. Who creates? Who gives birth? Mrs. God. You must recognize. You must recognize the balance.
Hello, tak lepiej. I'm better, watch day. Hello, my relatives. Today's a good day. Today's always a good day. Until you turn on the news. Or you read the newspaper, if that's... Or you get on the internet. Wow. Communication. Or the lack thereof. And when I say the lack thereof, is where do you find the truth? Is it the Bible? Is it the Quran? Is it any of the holy books? Well, where do you find truth and wisdom? That's all over the place. But how do you know it's the truth? How do you know it's the truth? Is his story, history, is that the truth? You know, the truth, as I know it, is out there. It's outside. It's the natural world, which is full of natural law. What is natural law? It's living in balance. How do you live in balance? You certainly can't exploit anything or anyone. You have to have reverence for life. All life. But more importantly, if you want to find the truth, then you have to have a paradigm shift. What is a paradigm shift? That means turn your head around, turn your brain around, and forget what you know. One of the oddities I find in the patriarchal world is that everyone believes that's the only world. Certainly the patriarch has convinced you. He's convinced you of two things that are unnatural, that are against natural law. He's convinced you of the pyramid structure. And he's convinced you that he is supreme. It amazes me how much women have lost. Especially in America, but actually all through the world. And I know a lot of you women agree with me. Yes, you know, Islam treats their women badly. Yes, you know, the other people and those people and that people treat their women badly. We're being treated badly in America because we don't get equal pay for equal work. What? Tell me something that is equal in this life. Where does that word come from? What does it mean? You don't get equal pay for equal work? It's a simple remedy. organize. And then tell the patriarch, paradigm shift. What is matriarchy? What is patriarchy? Patriarchy, matriarchy, however you say it. Enunciate it. You see, when you come from a matriarchal world, a woman's world, it's the best of the best. It's not a pyramid. You're not right. You're not supreme. Because by all natural instincts of the person that is capable of creating life, therefore knows how to nurture life. Do you men know how to nurture? When was the last time anyone suckled at your breasts? And I don't mean in some perverted way. I mean it in a nurturing way. Now, the paradigm shift. The hell am I talking about? Let's take a few things, for instance, because this is going to be a precursor to my episodes on matriarchy. But let's look at the male, for instance. Everything he does is male. It's kind of natural, isn't it? It's not supposed to be domineering. But first I want to discount or ask a question of those of you who believe in the patriarchal religions. First of all, Adam and Eve's children. Who did they marry? Secondly, and this is somewhat perplexing, but aside from who did they marry, what I'd like to know about Christianity at the very least is who structured the pyramid of religion. The male figure at the top, and everything go flowing downward to the masses of people. Who structured that? It's another question. Now, who structured heaven? I was taught that two males, or male figures, God and the archangel, got into a corporate fight. And it was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was the archangel who wanted to take over the corporation. And he was caught scheming to do that, so he was tossed out. According to some Mormons I met, Mormon missionary, before he was tossed out, and this is their words, they had a war in heaven. That's a drastic term. I want heaven, and then you all want to go to heaven? Why? You might have another one. I know my luck, I'd get up there and get drafted. That's my luck. Anyway, just a thought. Some questions. But that's perplexing to me. Because I also want to know why women are an afterthought to God. Now here's what I was taught. God created the Garden of Eden. There's the lions over here and the sheep and all of life. And there's all females and males. Adam's there all by himself. And he looks around and sees all this life copulating, having a ball, getting on with life. And he looks around and says, hey. So he asks God, now these are my own words, I'm not quoting any preacher, but this is what I was taught. He asks God, hey, I'm lonely. What about me? Oh yeah, what about you? Well, these are my questions. So God thinks, oh yeah, I should create a woman for Adam. So he plucks a spare rib out of Adam. Poof, there's a woman. Number one, she's an afterthought, and she's a spare part. I want to know. I would go back in time. I would really like to go back in time to that first village, to where the first woman who accepted that thesis. I'd like to meet her and ask her why. Why are you accepting being an afterthought and a spare part in the holiness of the world? Just questions I have, They tried to indoctrinate me. Because you see, I do not believe that the human being, and neither do indigenous people the world over, we don't believe we're at the top of the food chain just because we have a thumb and a brain that's larger than a lot of people, or a lot of things, all of life. We just don't believe that. We believe we're at the bottom and that we have to learn from life, natural law, how to live in balance of sacrificing and suffering and generosity, which allows the forest to give it to us, the four-legged to give to us, the winged to give us, the insects and all other life. Let's start thinking about some of these questions, huh? And then maybe we'll become responsible. Doksha, okay. Hope to see you again.